And time now for an India Today exclusive where we are learning of how Rauf also pleaded not guilty in the hearing. He said 6-0 refers to nothing. How can it be directed towards India? What's the meaning of 6-0? He asked the ICC personnel. When ICC said, we don't know, he said exactly, it has no reference to India at all. Now, sources tell India Today that both Pakistan players, Farhan and Haris, are likely to receive fines from the ICC, and the fines could range from 50 to 100% of their match fee. Suspension or ban that may not happen against both the players, but they had been summoned by the ICC against the provocative gestures that were made on the field that gave rise to a meme fest, and most importantly, a lot of criticism when it came to how the cricketers conducted themselves. Rauf and Sahibzada Farhan, who was summoned by the ICC to be questioned over those provocative gestures in the India versus Pakistan match, the India versus Pakistan Super 4 clash in the Asia Cup 2025. Rauf made gestures to depict the bringing down of a plane to mock India's military action. Farhan celebrated his 50 with a gun-firing celebration using his bat. But how exactly have these men reacted and what is their defense? Rauf has said that he is not guilty. In the hearing, he said 6-0 refers to nothing. How can it be directed towards India? He asked the ICC personnel instead, what is the meaning of 6-0? ICC said, we don't know. So he said exactly, it has no reference to India at all. Now, the action that could be likely taken against these players, we are learning that Farhan and Haris are likely to receive fines from the ICC, and these fines that could range from anywhere between 50 to 100% of their match fee. However, there may not be any suspension or ban that could be imposed. Nikhil Nas will join us shortly to take us through the details of how these two cricketers were summoned, how they've been questioned by the ICC, and what the inside details are. Remember, this was over the provocative gestures during the Super 4 clash against India in the ongoing Asia Cup 2025 that had happened last Sunday. The development came in after BCCI launched an official complaint against the duo on Wednesday, with the ICC in receipt of the email. Both Rauf and Farhan had appeared before the ICC elite panel referee Richie Richardson for the hearing. And these are the inside details that India Today has learnt of how both the players have pleaded not guilty. They've said that there was absolutely no reference to India with regards to the gestures they made, while Sahibzada Farhan said that the kind of gestures he made was common in his region, and that was often during a celebration. Rauf had questioned the ICC back, saying that how this is possibly related to India, and it had no reference to India, rather confronting the ICC saying, do you understand why I did that? And they said, we don't understand, to which he said, yes, clearly there was no connection as far as his gestures were concerned to India. Nikhil Nas is with us on the broadcast now. Nikhil, quickly coming to you for details of what happened after both these cricketers were summoned and how they pleaded not guilty.
Well, the meeting got over a short while ago with both these cricketers. They were met with at the team hotel in two different phases, with Sahibzada Farhan meeting the match referee and a couple more ICC officials in the morning, and then Rauf meeting them in the afternoon. Both Pakistani cricketers have been asked to explain themselves to the gestures that they made during the India-Pakistan encounter, which to many was seen as political references, which is not allowed in the game of cricket. So both cricketers in their hearing have pleaded not guilty, which is to say that in their minds they have not in any way brought about any political references in that game. So Sahibzada Farhan, remember, he had done that gun celebration, to which he has said that, see, this has happened before as well. I was not trying to make any reference to the war that may have happened between India and Pakistan or any such thing. These celebrations have been done by cricketers in the past, like MS Dhoni, Virat Kohli. They were not sanctioned at that time. So why should I be looked at differently? Also went on to say that if you even look at my celebration, it is part of my culture. I'm a Pathan, and from the region that I come from, it is very common to celebrate even in weddings by firing blanks in the air. So that my reference was that. It had no reference to India or the skirmish that the two countries went through in the last few months. So that was Sahibzada's defense. Haris Rauf, who was found guilty or was caught on camera, making those 6-0 gestures as well as aircraft gestures. He told the ICC that 6-0 had nothing to do with anything. What is the meaning of that, he says. He went on to ask the ICC official that, have you heard of any 6-0 in reference to India? And they said no. So he said, then how can you say that I have made any political reference? So this was his defense. So both at the moment adamant that what they did was just, plain celebration and was no reference to India or what may have happened between the two countries. But the official verdict or what the decision that ICC will come up with is going to be known a little later in the evening. What I'm picking up from my sources is that there is a likelihood that there will be a fine imposed on the two Pakistani cricketers. That fine can range anywhere from 15% to even 100% match fee. But at the moment, because it was being reported that there could be a suspension or a ban, that seems highly unlikely. So there will be no suspension or a ban towards the Pakistani cricketer. In worst case scenario, it will be a fine ranging, as I repeat, from 15% to 100% for the match fee.
Right. Nikhil, of course, we wait and watch what decision is taken. But both these players, along with the PCB chief, who faced a lot of backlash on social media, not just over those provocative gestures, but even the abuses that were hurled at Shubman Gill and Abhishek Sharma while the match was on, and how Pakistan tried to provoke our players at every point. But India conducting itself with utmost dignity. And of course, this complaint that was filed by the BCCI, ICC personnel who summoned both these players, questioned them, but both of them have pleaded not guilty. Nikhil, if you continue to stay with us, do give us a sense of, how you see this panning out eventually, because you're saying that a ban or suspension may not be the case, but their match fee, 50 to 100%, is what could be levied at them. All right, Nikhil may join us later.